Hello, big ladies that are also big vertically as well as horizontally.
Welcome to the F Plus Podcast, a huge place where there's terrible things read with enthusiasm. In the room tonight we have Boots Raingear.
It's very rare I see a Tony that enjoys a giantess nose or sneeze, so I'd be interested in an RP with you.
John Toast.
I have an important question to ask. Do you use drugs of any kind?
Kumquats up.
Could you, as a tiny, survive in her asshole forever, or die from her rectal gas?
Frank West!
Are there any women left on this forum? Just curious.
And Lemon. So, why do you think all the women has left? Is it for technology reasons, manners of the participants, or other? Please be specific.
Please.
Obviously you can't just say other. We need to know why the women have left the giantess fucking forum. Hey, F+.
Hey, Lemon.
Hi.
In your day-to-day lives that you've had, have you given proper respect and admiration to plus-size women?
I
Yes.
believe so.
Yeah?
Well, my rockin' world is still going around, so I assume so.
Sure, of course. I mean, that's just fat bottom girls. But, the point
yeah,
stands.
that's true.
So we have a document in front of us today, and it is put in front of us by Caroline, and
Caroline.
this is a document about giantesses. Now, giantesses are plus-size women in a, for a sort of more extreme sense.
Not large versions of the letter S.
No, but that's a terrific joke, and you should absolutely send it to Sesame Street today.
Preferably in your Grover voice.
So, giantesses is a fetish, I think, largely held by men. I think most of the people we'll be reading here will be men. And it's about men who want to be tiny, and then they want to interact with women who are humongous, and that will, in some way, be good?
And then they will ejaculate.
I guess so. So we're going to be looking at a lot of different sites here. Caroline has put a couple of these together.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this, actually, because we've focused a lot on growth in the past,
Yep.
but never in the y-axis.
So
It's been decidedly horizontal up to this point.
Yeah.
So let's start off here with a post by Essex, and get ready for lots of gross avatars. There's just going to be lots of gross avatars going on here. So Kumquats up, you are Essex, and start this off for us, won't you please?
What's the site we're on?
Oh,
currently?
we are on the Giantess Shrine at giantess.net. It is full of CSS errors.
Yeah. Wow. Also, all the avatars seem to be of giant asses, so maybe they thought it was a misspelling?
Yeah, I mean, it can happen.
Wow. Yes, hello. I am Essex. If a shrink gun actually existed, I would shrink myself down to 1 inch around my mother-in-law, because her ass is huge, and wait for her to sit on me so I can masturbate under her butt. Man, would that be a dream come true, or shrink around my sister-in-law, who has a big ass and likes to fart, which would be another dream come true, because I love butts and farts.
Makes sense.
Chime in your thoughts. What would you want?
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
thanks.
I'm your mistress.
Hi, your mistress.
Yeah, you like big asses, don't ya? Your goddess awaits, XOXO.
Thanks for leading us into this area gently, Caroline.
First thing on the dock.
And here's the second thing on the dock. It's called Step on Him. Frank West, you are, actually, you're Veronica, but I'm just going to lead you in here. This is confusing because two people have the same avatar, but they're different people. But anyway, you're Veronica, but let me lead you in. Step on him. If a giantess were going to step on a little man and crush him, what would be the cruelest thing she could do to him before she stepped on him to fill him with terror about what she is going to do?
And I'm Veronica, so let me put on my girl voice here.
Okay.
Good.
One way might Burr to pin him under the arches of my high heels and make him wait until I had finished something mundane, like the dishes. How do you think it would feel waiting there helplessly for me to trample you to death as I washed the plates and glasses and put them away? But the cruelest thing would be making the condemned little man scrape his crushed friends off the bottoms of my high-heeled shoes while he awaited his turn to be stepped upon.
Oh my god.
This is...
I am so aroused right now.
In ways you never knew you could be, I assume.
Ways you never will be again.
The type of people call a Todd Solondz movie softcore. Jesus.
Another cruel thing would be the tiny man is on the floor a few feet away from my high-heeled feet, and say to him, I'll step on you as soon as I'm done doing the dishes.
Okay.
He lies there happy to know his fetish to be trampled under high heels is about to come true. All he has to do is wait till I finish. He lies there jacking off as he watches my high-heeled feet, thinking, will she faultend me with the sole, or impale me onto the heel? Suddenly he hears the heavy thuds of my giant husband's 12 work boots. Are you married to a...
He is a centipede.
Got a centipede? Like, what?
Even size 12.
Oh, it does say so. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
My bad. My giant husband's size 12 work boots, even the kitchen, and walking right towards the tiny man, crushing him into a wafer-thin husk of skin and bones. He kisses me on the cheek as I tell him to be careful not to step on that little man. Where? He asks. I point, and both look down, but all that's there is a tiny wet red spot on the floor. He lifts up his foot, and there on the bottom of his boot are the crushed remains of the tiny man. Ooh, 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 ooh. He says, as we both break out laughing.
Oh, that's a guy just got giantess cuckold stumped.
Yeah. I mean, like, it says something about this particular fetish that, like, we're this early in. It's like, okay, feet shit, and also cuckold shit.
I like how it ends on a Full House freeze frame, too.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look.
There's a foot waiting to step on you.
All right, so let's
Anyways.
you know, that was a little bit of fun flights of fancy, you know.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fantasy life. But let's talk about, you know, reality and the real world that we live in. So John, your name is Gadwin, and you're going to have a thought experiment about what the world could be like, right?
Yes, I will. Hi, my name is Gadwin, and if you were living to a society with giants and normal people... okay. Let's say that you live today in a society where giants and normal-sized people coexist peacefully. In this society, most buildings and places are designed especially for giants, but of course there are buildings and places for normal-sized people as well. In comparison with giants, normal-sized people are the size of a giant's palm. Fortunately for the normal-sized people...
Okay.
There are laws that protect normal-sized people from giants' bad treatments, like kidnapping them and keeping them as pet slaves and bullying them psychically at school.
Cool. Whoa. Okay, and then there's laws against psychic behavior.
Yeah. Don't think your big thoughts into me, buddy. But just like in many other societies, laws are to be broken.
Oh,
Am I right, guys? That guys know what I'm talking about.
James Dean's getting squished.
Moreover, having a relationship with a person of a different size, for example, a giantess have a relationship with a normal-sized man, is legal as long as it's not a forced relationship. And speaking of relationships, the way I think that word is spelled, harems are fine too. Why not?
Oh, yeah,
Just
great,
fuck
yeah.
it. For example, a giant couple along with many normal-sized people. Just crawling all over you like Pikmin. Why not? So, here are some questions.
Why won't they export this game out of Japan?
If you were... Okay, so number one, here's some questions. If you were a giant/giantess, would you obey the laws and live in harmony with normal-sized people? Or would you break the rules? And in case you break the rules, what would you mainly do? If you were a normal-sized person, would you have a relationship with another normal-sized person? Or with a giant/giantess?
You know
Likewise,
what? I feel like maybe relationship is a ratio pun?
No. Nope.
Okay.
No.
You're
All right.
being real generous.
Nice wishful thinking there.
I go away now.
It's a good thought, but no way. No way.
Yeah.
What was that? That was 2A. So 2B. If you were a giantess, would you have a relationship with another giant-sized person or with a normal-sized person? Harems count too in both cases. And number 3.
What?
We're almost done. If you were a normal-sized person, would you prefer a peaceful life, or are you a masochist, which would prefer to be a giant person's pet/slave? Please hand in your answers at the end of class. Thank you.
And then, Kumquatxop, you are Yamato?
I would try to form a relationship with a giantess.
Well, thanks, Yamato.
I was hoping for more of a response, but all right. Thanks,
Nope, that's your only response. That's all you
right.
get.
I'm skinny, bye.
Thanks for... Well, I'm sure glad I wrote this giant-ass post.
Yeah, okay. Well, here comes another one. So, my name's Make Me Small, right? And go on a date...
It's Make Me Small, right?
No, it's just Make Me Small.
No, okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you there. I know it's weird that we all have the same default avatar, but imagine that you had a nice evening with wine, as in whining, and then starter, main course, and dessert. The giantess is all dressed up with a nice cleavage for her big tits.
What?
Yeah, it's nice cleavage for her big tits.
I got up my nicest cleavage for this.
A nice cleavage, so only one.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's nice for her big tits. Like, obviously, if she had small tits, then it would be, I don't know. Only her main course is 2 times your whole body mass. Imagine it was really romantic with candle lights and nice music in the background. You were flirting with one another and having nice conversations. How would you proceed the evening? What would you want to talk about? What would she do to you? What is your opinions, girls?
Hi, we're the Opinion Girls.
How would your perfect date be with the shrunken man? Personally, I just love giantess, singular. I dream about being shrunk, and I'd love to be together with a giantess my whole life. Be her slave and husband at the same time. Have her do whatever she wants with me. Please feel free to email me. Here's my email address.
Wow. It is.
All right, all you giantesses that are using the internet right now.
Yeah, I'm a player. And then we need to go over to the giantess appliances.
Well,
sorry. Yes. Yeah. What?
My name is Love-Giantess.
Okay.
I would proceed to the fantastic evening with whatever the giantess wants. If she wants to talk to get to know when and other better, that would be great. If it were me, a tiny 6-inch man, I would end the beautiful night with mad passionate sex and end that curled up nice and warm between her gigantic round breasts.
How would you proceed with the passionate sex?
I don't know. Then we'd wake up in the afternoon and watch a Romanik sunset and have more sex. Well, one can dream, hey.
One can dream, hey.
Romanik sunset.
Romanik.
It's when Doric columns fall over.
Yeah.
So this thread is called, I don't understand what the title of this thread, so hopefully we can elucidate. But this thread is called Giantess Appliances. And, Frank West, you're Eiffel buffer?
I am. I'm Eiffel buffer.
Eiffel buffer.
Maybe.
Eiffel buffer. Anyone ever fantasize about being tormented by a giantess using household appliances? Like, maybe being vacuumed up or put in a blender? How about a microwave or oven? Maybe flushed in a toilet. Or cooked on the stove.
What's that?
Yeah, me.
Oh.
Yeah, me. I'm Ronnie the Lit.
Ronnie the Lit.
I'm Ronnie the Lit.
There's an ellipsis in your name as well.
I'm Ronnie the Lit. I love the idea of a giantess tormenting me with household appliances. One fantasy I have is being a tiny, inch-tall man that is given the task to prepare her morning coffee. A 10-cup coffee percolator with lid off is placed in the kitchen counter sink. The stem and basket are in place. There's prescribed amount of coffee grounds in the water that is my duty to load into the coffee pot. I've given several items to accomplish my task. A popsicle stick is used to bridge the distance between the coffee pot rim and the edge of the sink.
Here is your punishment. Your life is now a Sierra adventure. You must find these items or I will kill you.
A miniature wheelbarrow and shovel to haul back and forth loads of coffee grounds in those tiny 5-gallon buckets to transport the water. It takes many hours of back-breaking work transversing back and forth across the popsicle stick ramp. First the buckets of water, then wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow loads of coffee grounds, dumping them into the coffee pot. Finally, I finish.
Okay. Oh, does that mean come?
Oh, God, yeah, I finish, but I have to jump down into the basket and spread the coffee ground evenly out. But I find after doing this, I can't get back out. The more I struggle, the deeper I sink. The alarm clock wakens the giantess, and I hear footsteps enter the kitchen. I scream to get her attention, but she's still half asleep and needs her caffeine fix to start her day. She doesn't hear me or see me, picks up the coffee pot and places the lid on it and plugs in the outlet. I scream and scream, please get me out! Please get me out of here! You're going to percolate me!
It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator.
My useless pleas echo unanswered off the coffee pot walls. It gets very hot and steam begins to rise as water is heated by the element and I hear it begin to boil. Then suddenly, like that old Maxwell House coffee commercial, I hear, perk. Wait.
Yeah.
Perk. Perk a perk a perk perk. Perk a perk a perk perk.
I don't remember that commercial.
Just like the commercial.
You know.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Perk a perk a perk perk. Perk, 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 perk. Maybe. The boiling water is forced up the hollow stem, filters through the coffee grounds as I'm percolated into the coffee and return to the pot below.
So you're not only small, you're
soluble.
Okay, sure.
Yay! I have a solubility fetish. Hey,
Uh-huh.
Hey, A-Meat, find that one for us. I could just see her sitting at the kitchen table, cup of coffee in her hands, savoring the aroma of fresh cup of coffee. And like that other coffee commercial, she smiles as the commercial plays. The best part of waking up is having little Ronnie in your cup.
Okay, see, now you just got trademark problems here, because you started out with a Maxwell commercial, you moved on to a Folgers commercial.
Mm-hmm. It's called cross-marketing, Lemon.
Yeah, no, that's not called cross-marketing. That's...
You know, as weird and disgusting as these do have better endings than SNL skits, so you gotta give it to them. They really put a button on them.
Well, how long was that? Was 19 minutes long? Well, yeah, so Caroline is great enough to break. I'm so sorry, Caroline.
Caroline,
there it is. Is nice enough to break her documents into various categories. Everything that we read here is out of the fantasy category, and now we're moving into a category called Clearly Bullshit. And to that end, John, take Flat as a Pancake.
Hello, I'm Ronnie as well, and I'm reading a thing called Flat as a Pancake.
Okay.
I saw something this afternoon that I found, at least to me anyways, was the most erotic thing I've ever seen. I created this tiny 1-inch paraffin wax effigies of myself.
What?
I use paraffin wax in my creations, for it is quite pliable, and instead of crumbling when stepped on, squashes out ever so sensuously. Thus, giving me the effect I imagine myself resembling were I to go under the tread of a giantess's foot, i.e. flat as a pancake. I take my effigies to supermarkets, department stores, or any public place where women walk about. Today, I pulled into the parking lot of a store, got out, and started walking to the front door of the store. A red caddy pulled into the spot after I had walked by it, and I noticed a blonde woman, probably in her late 30s, wearing a navy blue business suit with matching at least 3-inch spiked heels got out. Opening the trunk, she took out a laptop and began walking not far behind me, hoping that perhaps she might step on my effigy. I dropped one onto the pavement, then pretended I had forgotten something and walked back to my vehicle, all the while glancing down to see if she would step on it.
So far, I'm believing you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a woman stepped out of a car.
Right. She took a laptop with her. Yeah, okay.
That's about it.
Got it?
So far. She noticed it lying on the pavement and kind of did a second look, as if wondering if it really was a tiny man. Yep. That's what she was thinking. I could read it on her face.
A little thought bubble came out of her head.
She opened up her laptop and then typed in, "Is that a tiny man?" So in a way I can see. God, where am I? It's a fucking block of text.
My heart started pounding.
Thank you. My heart started pounding, thinking she was going to step on it. But to my disappointment, she kept on walking, her high heels clicking on the asphalt pavement. Okay. There was a Starbuck here.
Right, yeah, he was going to help you with your wailing.
No, it was a lady from... Anyways. Yeah. But to my disappointment, she kept on walking, her high heels clicking on the asphalt pavement. Oh, wait. Okay, so again, there was a Starbucks here with an outdoor area with table and seating. The woman went inside, but soon returned with a coffee, or whatever her choice of refreshment, sat down at a table, and opened up her laptop. From a distance, I watched her, and hoping she returned to her car, wrote a note stating, "Please squash me flat as a pancake."
Oh, no.
I placed the note on the pavement below the driver's side door.
What?
And sat the effigy on top of the note.
What are you doing?
I've given up on any semblance of a normal life by this point. I pulled my vehicle into position so that I could get a good look when the woman returned. I waited probably a half hour for the woman to finish whatever she was doing. Apparently, she must have been a secretary or sales representative on a late lunch break.
Yeah.
And what were you doing?
And driving a Cadillac.
Anyways, I watched as she packed her laptop and walked back to her car after opening the trunk and place the laptop inside. I breathlessly watched her walk to the door of her car. She looked down and saw the note and effigy and picked them both up, reading the note. She in a very ceremoniously way, placed it on the pavement. The one again in a very ceremonious way placed the effigy on top of the note.
Right.
Standing over the effigy, she tilted her high-heeled foot back onto its heel and positioned the sole directly above the effigy and stepped down, applying all her weight onto my effigy.
And then said, "This is really happening, for real, actually in real life."
As she squashed it, she kind of had this smirk on her face.
Kidding me.
She then lifted her foot, and when she did, the now flattened effigy and the note were stuck to the bottom of the sole. Oh, yeah.
Why?
Lifting the high-heeled foot, the effigy was stuck onto. She balanced herself on the other foot and reached down to peel it off and inspected her footwork.
Peel it off.
That's not how wax
Satisfied
works.
that it was fault as a pancake.
Yep.
She very gently placed the note and flattened effigy back down on the pavement. She got in the car, but then got back out to make sure she wouldn't run over the effigy. I waited to approach the woman, but was afraid I'd get into trouble, and waited as she pulled away, and then retrieved my effigy.
The small men police?
Guys,
There's been a murder.
Guys, guess what?
What?
It had been flattened flatter than a pancake!
Well, I mean, it was already flat. It wasn't...
I based my entire sexuality on comparison to baked goods.
Well, one specific one.
It was completely covered in flatness.
Flatter than a pancake. I don't know who the woman was, but I would like to thank her for squashing me in effigy. Perhaps she somehow may read this.
Yeah. Nope.
I think she is right now.
So the previous topic.
And here she is! we didn't bring her in? Oh, I thought we brought her, sorry.
No, she won't sign the release for some reason.
No, well.
So the previous topic from this is called Body Waves. The next topic is called, yet again, Big Bang Theory's Girls and the Shrunken Guy.
What?
I don't know. So, we are, that was the only one that we're going to read from the Clearly Bullshit. We're going to move on to advice.
Oh, good.
And, hello, I'm Newman, this is my story. So I'm no-go 1523. No-go. Yeah, so I've been a GTS fan for a long time. I don't know why Giantess is GTS. That doesn't... Okay.
Grand Theft something.
Grand Theft Shrinking.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so my wife and I have been together for 15 years, and I'm very fit, and she has had our second, and I told her I love her. I love when she wears heels. I'm 6 feet, 175, and she's 5'11", so naturally I'm in love with her, as we see almost eye to eye, and she's very outspoken. So, we see eye to eye literally means we are the
same height. Makes sense.
Okay, anyway, but when I told her I love her in heels, she said, I'm a freak. What should I do? I love my wife, and I express to her my fantasies, and she is understanding, but how do I encold her? Encold her.
Encold. Hi, I'm
Okay, yeah, maybe something like that.
Sure. If I were you, I would make a romantic atmosphere. For example, dinner with candles, romantic music, etc. Then when she felt good, you could just say her one part Ouyo fetish. For example, I like when you are taller than me. And end this topic. Just mention about.
What?
On the other romantic time, you can share with her another fetish things. That will be the best way. She will know what you want, and I suppose she will realize some of your fetishes. I've made the same with my girlfriend. She don't really like being a giantess, but she sometimes dominates me.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Listen, I'm gonna be weak and sippering regardless. So, if you get angry at me, that just plays into my hand, bitch.
No, don't be accepting. Step on me.
No, don't go to your mother's. Now I have to develop as going to your mother's fetish.
Oh, you're getting your mother to join in? I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, how tall is your mother? Hello? Hey, come back.
So I guess... okay, we gotta figure out what GTS means. I'm sure
it just means
like,
giantess.
Okay. That seems...
Giantess.
Yep.
That doesn't
Boy, that's pretty awful. Anyway.
It's what the giantess fetish is traded under the NASDAQ.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah,
How's the stock doing these days?
I think it would be better if it was
It's
just
pretty
a
high.
I think it'd be better if it was just a capital S.
So...
Alternatively, it could be Google that shit. According to reputable internet website, Urban Dictionary.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's a good site.
Thanks.
Anyway, so Boots, can you help us bring GTS to the bedroom?
Yeah, I'm washboard.
Okay, cool.
Not Boots. I don't know who Boots is.
Oh, sorry about that. Washboard, help us.
I'm washboard, yeah. My girlfriend's very interested in role-playing in the bedroom, acting as a GTS, which is a giantess. But she does not know what to do.
I mean, that makes sense, seeing as how the thing you want is physically impossible.
So what do I do? Oh, you just act like you're really big.
Yeah,
okay,
bigger.
I'm really big. Oh god, that's great.
Yeah,
Bigger.
it's like you're cornered by a bear.
Bigger, come on,
Put your jacket
bigger.
out like this.
I said bigger. Like,
now make me wait till you're done with the dishes.
Bigger. No. Oh.
Puff out your frills so you look like you're bigger.
Bigger. No, bigger.
Okay, keep going.
Does anyone have any helpful tips on how she can feel more comfortable and visualize what she's supposed to do? I've read through most of the forums, but I can't find anything relating to this.
Boy, almost like nothing's from a woman's perspective.
Interesting.
She wants to be part of my fantasy, as I can pretty much complete hers.
How do you do that?
Well, just trust me.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but role-playing as a GTS isn't exactly easy. I know there's face-sitting and all of that, which comes close, but anything else? Newbie here.
I've always wanted to have a man with a 3-inch dick and social problems. You complete my fantasy, baby. And then, Kumquat Zop, you are... I don't know. You tell me. I don't know how that's pronounced.
What? I don't know how... As Cleotis?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep. I'm as Cleotis. While it can be pricey at times, one way to go about it is to get her some stripper heels. There are 6 10-inch heels, which add on a physical height that can help the scenario. Depending on the sex position to you or her, might be able to physically manipulate her/your location relative to your view, giving her a taller look.
Oh my god.
So you have to do, like, perspective trickery?
Just adjust your FOV in CryEngine, and then,
we need to get in all these people need to get in contact with, like, Weta and Peter Jackson and be like, how did you do it in the movies?
Have her stand in between you and a very far away building.
No, all these people just need to contact all the people in Tom Cruise movies and ask how they make him look tall.
Buy her a lot of, like, dollhouse furniture?
Yeah. Yeah.
You need a Scully box.
This does limit, though, to more Amazon vibes than GTS, I guess.
Okay.
You know all those Amazons running around in platform heels.
Mm-hmm. No, you just buy them from the website. I don't know. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and go through practice scenarios, or just hit the ground running. Discuss what you'd like to see/hear. With each thrust during sex, is she to grow? Is she toying with you, or just supposed to enjoy you? Is there a certain kind of dialogue you'd like to hear? There are a lot of questions.
Certainly are more since you started.
Well, let me answer one of those. With each thrust during sex, is she going to grow? The answer to that is no. This shit can't happen in real life. What are you talking about?
Then there are thoughts that need to be addressed. Yes, there are. But the best first step is that she is happy and willing to fulfill your fantasy. What a great check. Also, wow! The steps to post now are getting more and more like a mental faculty test.
That's true, they're not working.
I don't know. I haven't posted on this forum, so presumably it must be really complicated.
Maybe.
Wow. Thanks for the advice, as Cleotis. I did not know the 10s existed. We only have 6 inches, which are pretty pricey, but worth it.
Actually, that's
I will say
6 feet heels.
Oh, sorry, yes. The 10 feet existed. We only have 6 feet.
Right.
Good point.
Fucking a lady on stilts. Fucking a lady on stilts.
That's actually... I would go to that parade. That sounds fucking awesome. And here she... Whoa! What the hell?
It's like the guys at Hedonism are like, running out of ideas. Alright. Still fucking go.
I told her when we first started dating 2 years ago, but I don't lead with it.
Okay. How did you... I mean, that's pretty amazing that you worked up to that.
Yeah, start asking your secrets and whatnot, and then bringing it as a big finale. She was very interested. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
She actually came up with one way, but we haven't tried it yet. She loves gummy bears.
Okay, go on.
It thinks that will be her way of breaking the ice by thinking them as tinies and putting them places.
Places.
Yeah. Places.
Hello, emergency room? You won't believe what happened.
Yes, I am available for interviews. Thank you.
Dear emergency room pet house, I never thought this would happen to me.
I basically turned my girlfriend into a candy workshop.
Well, she's got
about
places.
a pound in there.
She's been more of a less dominant one, and I think that's why she's been having fun with this, and also trouble at the same time.
That makes sense.
I'll keep you guys informed, but any other advice from some lurkers would be great.
I don't think it actually would. I think it would be damaging and stupid. Probably poorly spelled. We have one more piece of advice here. No, we have more than one piece of advice. But John, you're short and you got a problem. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I am ENB.com. I am ENB.com. And, attraction between tall women and short men. I am short and 24 years old. I'm 5'2/5'3". I always find taller women a bit more attractive. Also, I have never had sex in my life, but psychologically I tend to think that taller women are sweeter in bed. Sweet? What should I make up in my head? This is sweet. To tall women, do you sometimes find a certain attraction in short men? Please? Oh, God. Please. To my fellow short guys, what up? Do you have same experience like me?
Yeah, so my name's Trout105. I might be Kilgore Trout, who knows? But anyway, go get The Game by Neil Strauss. Just do what it says. You will sleep with many, many women. Tall, beautiful women.
Who wrote The Game?
Nell Strauss.
Nope. Not that either.
You're still
Nope,
wrong.
not Nell Strauss either. The Game by Nell Strauss.
Hey, maybe The Game written by Nell Strauss is a very nice book. Maybe it's just about baseball, and that's it.
Is that Nell from 227? Or no, I'm not. That's the wrong movie. All right, so last piece of advice here. Okay, here we go. Frank West.
Yes.
This is difficult.
Wow.
Just to let you know, before you get started, this one has a high degree of difficulty. Anyway.
Nice.
So you're Gag Zero inviter. And what do you have to say?
I'm new. Help me.
Perfect pronunciation on that
there it
emoticon,
is.
by the way.
Hi. I'm totally new here.
All these are emoticons, just so you know, listeners. Every one of these is an emoticon.
Okay, before I forget it, new podcast. Frank West just pronouncing emoticons. That's it.
Including all those weird Japanese ones that are coming out now. Yes.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to commit to this one.
Yep. That's my new fetish, in fact.
Really? I'm mainly just trying to meet people with the same interest as me in the general aspect. So, a little about me.
Great.
I'm into macrophilia.
Yeah.
Duh.
You're on the giantess shrine, right?
I'm into some of the branch fetishes. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna start this one off.
Sure. Might as well.
I'm into some of the branch fetishes related to this, but my personal favorite is vor.
Is that like a branch
But I mainly
Davidian,
like
but
the
with a
soft
fetish?
for Chiano. That one. I like the idea of being placed on the stomach and listening to the gurgle and churn. Then later being trapped in it. A couple people have asked me already what type of giantesses I'm into.
What kind of people? Just people on this forum? People in real life?
Now, sir, please state for the record.
Is this admissible?
Well, in that case, I'm into the motherly caring ones. That's definitely admissible.
Yeah.
And I also really like the creative, fun, outgoing / evil sense of humor ones. Now, when I say that, I mean the type that will be like, hey, let's play a game of cat and mouse.
What?
Well, you're not just going to stand there, are you? Catches you. Meow. I got you. You know what that means.
Yeah. This is hard.
Of a wink.
There's a real density of emoticons.
It sure is.
Dangles you over her.
What's
Blah,
the
blah, blah.
What's the emoticon for feeling like you're going to vomit? I want to type that one up a couple times.
Oh yeah, pronounce that one for us,
I
Frank.
think that's... Yeah.
You get what I mean. I like those ones.
Yep, you're not done.
Basically, not the straight up horny evil ones. You know, the ones that go, hell no, I'm gonna kick the living fuckness out of you. Throws a grenade and blows you the fuck up.
What the fuck is your problem?
I'm not talking about those.
Oh. Okay.
Even though I do like the evils, they're just not my personal fave.
The evils.
So...
Oh, I hate this, except I kind of like it. I'll take anything at this point.
Yeah.
Anyone, please. So, anyways, tell me your personal favorite things of macrophilia or microphilia. Actually, you don't even have to do that. Just talk to me about anything.
Talk to me.
Oh my god, please! Oh, somebody please talk to Gag Zero Inviter.
And thanks for welcoming me in the community. Oh, and I've roleplayed before. Just not with giantess things involved, but I can be pretty creative, so if you're down, so am I.
What?
You know, every time I start getting disgusted with like the vor shit or whatever it was, you'd pronounce an emoticon and I'd be right back with you. Yay!
That's why he uses so many of those. They just really keep you on his side.
Yep, it's true. It worked.
Oh my god, someone just read the first sentence of the reply.
Okay.
What does it even mean?
Well, I'd say that I probably like mini giantesses most of all, although I'm not quite as picky about the height thing as a lot of people in the fetish community are. I like depictions that stand somewhere around 8 to 15 feet tall. You know, a height that's just outside of the realm of real-life Amazon, at the lower end of the range, but isn't comically huge.
Yeah, this is the dark yellow versus light yellow P argument again.
Man.
Mini giantess.
Mini giantess. Yeah, you're just 15 feet tall. Don't be fucking gross. So now, we're gonna move into another section here called bodies. We've, talked a lot about bodies, but Boots, what is it you want to talk about specifically about noses?
Oh, I want to talk about I'm Mr. GTS. I want to talk about giantess noses. I have a fetish for giantess noses.
Okay.
I like to play with a giantess's nose.
Sure, I believe you.
Yeah, I crawl on it, I caress it, I go inside it.
Okay, again, this whole I like to play with just as an English lesson, I like to play with a giant's nose. There's an idea of experience there, which is clearly untrue. No?
He's really into Double Dare.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty sexy.
He saw that Double Dare and he was like, that's my whole life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that coin.
Gotta get that flag.
Are there any others out there who like noses? Or like have someone in their nose if you're a giantess?
Yeah, oh my god. So many women, man. So many women.
Yeah.
Like
my name is Climb the Giantess.
Mind if I do?
That's a metal band, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Same here. It's really hard to find others with this sort of fetish. I really just want to climb all over a girl's nose, either on it or in it.
Why?
Glad to see that somebody else appreciates this aspect of the fetish.
Yay.
Why? Why are you finding a community that doesn't make any sense?
Well, hey, I'm also someone who likes this. I don't know if you can guess this. My name is Giantess Nose Lover.
What the fuck? What?
Wow, nice name, by the way.
And my, yeah, thanks. And I want to say, heck yeah! I don't want to go into it, but I'd love to have sex with a girl on another giantess girl's nose. Or better yet, here's the best one. 2 giantesses pressing their noses together and having sex all over both of them.
All right.
Now, when you say having sex, what do you mean?
I really don't know. I'm a giantess nose lover.
He's having sex by him.
No, he and another regular sized person are having sex on those noses. This has got to be the most specific fetish. Like even more than the guy who had the forever.
You mean the nose subgroup? Are you talking about? Is it? Or are you talking about giantesses in general, or are you talking about nose giantesses?
I think just in terms of fetish. I think this is the most specific. It was like, this is what I need.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even specify in the nose or on the nose, though.
Well, he doesn't want to go into it, because that would be weird.
Yeah.
But he wants to have sex on top of it.
It's going to be really hard to, act out with someone.
No, you fuck her, and then the more you fuck her, the bigger she gets.
Well, I picture it as it's kind of like the set of Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back video, but with a nose instead of a butt.
God, that set was gross enough as to start with.
Yeah.
I imagine he has to start a role play with somebody. It's like, all right, so you're a giant, and I'm on your nose, and hold on, let me conference in this other role play.
Yeah.
I like giant noses, I cannot lie. And you other brothers, wait, where is everyone? I'm in an empty room with a bunch of noses, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then, Frank, you're shrunk at her feet?
I'm shrunk at her feet?
Yeah, you're a Nirvana fan.
I'll have to admit, it's sometimes an aspect of some of my fantasies.us.
Hang on, registering right now.
Just to be accidentally sucked up a giantess's nose would be kind of exciting. Gross, too, because of boogers.
I, for one, am appalled by having sex on top and or inside of a giantess's nose. But would love to walk inside. She breaths and I go inside her brain and or other parts.
What?
I would love to walk inside. She breaths and I go inside her brain and or other parts.
God. This is the...
Hey,
I didn't know we got to the giant tree panning.
Hey, I'm a lady here.
Oh, good, it's a lady. What's your name, lady?
No.
I'm Giantess Carrie.
Oh, you sound sexy.
Yeah,
do you like Nirvana?
Wait, I don't know. What is that?
Never mind, it's fine.
Is it small?
Yeah,
Tiny
totally.
men.
Yeah, I like it.
That's one of them. Dave Grohl's pretty small, so you like him.
What about the bass player? Is he small?
No, he's not small at all. He's
No, I don't like him at all.
There goes my hero, gonna fuck her nose. Okay, never mind. Moving on.
Mm-hmm. The world's biggest crickets.
Hi, buddies.
Do they have noses?
I don't think so.
Hi, Mr. GTS. I haven't seen you in years. I still like my tiny nose play. If you ever need a nose, I found out I have liking for being tiny at someone's nose or to having a tiny play with it. You guys are into small things, right? Small things, right?
Just stop it. I'm trying to not make a Sum 41 joke, and you're making it very hard.
What?
Small.
How
I got a
many
really small
of the
nose.
small things would you say you're into?
You guys like big noses?
Stop it.
Tiny nose. Huh?
Boo, get off the stage.
No.
Listen, Carrie, you'll never live up to our expectations. as well get the fuck out. All right. So that was all about just the bodies of giantesses, and they are terrific. And Kumquatxop, of course, is finding all sorts of Kumquatxop-y kind of things, except for none of them are appropriate to the podcast. But like, if you want fucking weird, shitty drawings, giantess.net is your. Ooh, what? Why? No, I won't make that the episode cover. It's softcore pornography.
You can cut out the right side.
Okay, sure. Anyway. So again, this is broken into sections, and Caroline has a section here now called it's called theories. So this is about theories, and this theory is, what really is a giantess?
We just don't know.
So, John, take this one, please.
Ask the same good
What
birds.
really is giantess?
Listen
I like Battlefield, I think.
Yep, I think that's what that is.
My name is Darkin. Giantess is nothing more than a mere dream, a mere fantasy, if you will. Though unlike other fantasy, Ares will never become reality. Sure, you can mess around with roleplay and with pictures and all the rest of it, but it will never be like the real thing. For example, reading that she has picked you up playfully will never feel like you were actually being picked up playfully.
What?
I mean,
what are you...
it's like torture, knowing that your fantasy will never come true, no matter how hard you try. Oh well, gotta have faith, I guess. Faith.
That post gave me a headache in how much I didn't understand about what?
It's okay, just play some Battlefield.
What does Ares have to do with it? And what are you talking about?
Ares is the god of really weird fucking fetishes, right?
And then Frank, you are Shrunk Dude.
I am Shrunk Dude. Oh, I'm pretty far down. Here I am.
Dude.
I am Shrunk Dude.
Whoa.
Or maybe the holodeck. Not sure that's spelled correctly.
Sorry.
Second one?
Next one.
Fair enough. I know I just posted, but I'd like to add the following that did not occur to me yesterday. True, this fantasy is, thus far, physically impossible, but there may be a good side to that. For example, let's say that
thus far, because there have been, like all the Marvel comics, and then all of a sudden there's the Thing, and then the guy gets all
God,
big.
I hope this turns into a Melitora thing.
Well, his previous post was, what about the holodeck? So
Sure.
This ain't the Fantastic Voyage XXX.
For example, let's say someone has a fantasy of having sex in some foreign country at 2 p.m. on a Thursday.
Foreign country. All right.
Yeah. If that's what that person really wants, it may be exciting at first. But after satisfying the fantasy, say, about a dozen times, it may feel like, been there, done that, and thus lose some of its allure.
And thus the entire internet's boners are explained.
Yeah. Wow, so I guess having sex with a giantess is just kind of awkward. For us, there is no actually experiencing the fantasy, but there's also not a feeling of been there, done that from actually experiencing it. The impossibility of the GTS fantasy may be a big help in keeping it fascinating. In a way, I feel sorry for the people whose sexual fantasies are actually possible.
What?
Especially if they engage in the fantasy for real so many times.
You see, it's perfect. If there are no grapes in the first place, they can never go sour. So it's perfect.
Jesus Christ!
By the way, before we move on, Shrunkable, why do you have to look up?
Why do I have to look up?
Yes.
I have to look up to see what colors she painted her toenails.
Thanks.
Well,
it's good to know.
Wait, so where are you then?
I don't know.
Are you are you in the area between her skin and toenails? Like, where would you possibly be that you'd have to look up to see the color of her toenails?
She is doing a handstand.
She's doing a handstand. Okay, then that makes sense. Okay, yeah, got it. Cool.
Boom.
Hey, so my fucking avatar is Family Guy, right?
Oh, good.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I don't suck. We could be in a kind of matrix, man.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and chicks just wired us up to think we're normal for self-esteem. When we get out, we'll know. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Also, maybe our minds are just wired like they are, and who is to say that fantasy isn't another reality period?
Oh, God.
Like,
So you're my roommate the whole semester, huh?
Yeah, okay, cool. Like, fucking... Look, you might think I'm an idiot, but I'm just about to explain science in a way that will fucking prove my credentials, okay? Here we go. Like Einstein's gravity versus acceleration, indistinguishable.
Yep.
That was the first chapter of that fucking book.
Oh.
It isn't possible to know the difference between gravity and acceleration.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't even know why there's two different words.
Yeah, I know every time I go to a race, I just like scream at the top of my lungs, why are all those cars falling down? Somebody should stop them.
Okay, I don't suck is the point. Anyhow, best way I've been able to realize it is in POV toe sucking.
What? What?
But that's just me, and then I complained about the CAPTCHA on the site, so...
Wait a minute. POV toe sucking as opposed to toe sucking
POV.
without being in your own point of view?
Well, you know, when you have as many psychotic breaks as I have, you tend to look at your life from outside.
No, this is probably strictly clips for sale purchases.
Well, yeah, I mean...
No, it's from the point of view of the toe. It's just a lot of darkness and then some jerk's mouth going like,
All right.
Pretty good.
So this is fucking sexy, and oh my god, there's so many more sexy things that we could read. Thank you very much, Caroline, for everything that we have here. Thanks. Oh, there it is.
Yep, there it is.
We got 34 pages of this, so thefpl.us, you can read the document, but we need to pick a story. So we have a couple of them to choose from. Ooh. And I think Frank, I'll let you pick. All right?
Oh, lucky.
Okay.
So we have a couple stories here. The first one is entitled "That's How I Love Car Crush."
But don't take my word for it.
Oh, all my fucking friends on Facebook are trying to get me to participate in this stupid car crush bullshit.
And you can love it too. And the second story is called "Doe Canada."
That's very tough. I'm curious about what Canada is, but I'm gonna go with the car crush.
All right. Well, that's how I love Car Crush. And obviously it's a Vonnegut book, so it's called Melanie, or That's How a Car Crush is Gonna Like.
That's like the sixth time we've done that joke.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, so take it. If you feel like tagging, then go right ahead.
Okay. This is by Taran. I wrote a German story about a friend who grew and crushed two cars. Der Humpf did a translation, unfortunately only of part 1. Here it is. Melanie, or That's How a Car Crush is gonna look like. Melanie smiled down at me. This is what you always wanted to see, isn't it? Half an hour ago, the girl only stood 1.70 meters tall. Now she was 42.50 meters tall, weighed about some incredible 1,125 tons, and her 5.5 meter long naked foot moved towards the silver Mercedes. Okay. And let me tell you, there is nothing sexier than 2 decimal points of accuracy.
Okay, so Okay, so her foot is an eighth as long as her body. Yep.
Yeah, can I get a version of the story that's in, like, scientific notation?
They really need to revise the core curriculum questions.
I mean,
seriously.
that's a big foot.
It's a very large foot. I was thrown between terror, oh fuck, a real GIANTESS, and total arousal. She's about to step on a car, just for me. I moved back about 10 meters.
She stepped on me.
But the warmth of her foot and the light smell of sweat covered the smell of the streets. She did it slowly, almost tenderly.
Almost, but probably not.
She was crushing a car.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a long paragraph.
Yep.
Her heel touched the trunk. The light to her, moisture, made the car cool rear window fog up immediately, while the back of the car slowly and with a soft moan got bent down on its springs. There was a short bang as the lid of the trunk was pressed to the inside by the rising pressure of her heel.
Okay, sure, because the rising... Okay, sure. Okay, yep, got it.
Cars are airtight. They're like balloons.
Absolutely.
That's
Don't
why you
open
can't...
the door!
Well, that's why you can't leave a dog in one with the windows rolled up. He'll suffocate. Then the body met the tarmac, and the still rising pressure smashed the back window with the rear roof stanchions where bend from the back to the front with a metallic screech.
She crushed a car. Okay.
Yes. No, actually, she crushed a car is for the next, 5 minutes of reading, if you're curious.
Yeah.
If we're just going to summarize this stuff.
I mean, I see glistening vagina that comes up eventually, so we'll look forward to that.
The front of the Benz was forced into the air, while the back section now collapsed under the merciless pressure of her heel. At the same time, the lights literally splashed out of their holdings, and the axis cracked like a salt stick.
You mean splashed? Okay, sure.
Oh yeah, we've all cracked salt sticks before. That's a real good point of comparison. Really brings up a real vivid image right there. Cracking salt sticks.
After the more or less sturdy trunk was crushed, the foot pressed down on the roof. The side windows and the windscreen shattered even as I was hit by some shards. The front came back down, and because of the light forwarding motion her foot forced the car into, the two tires popped and the wheels twisted to the sides. The roof touched the backrest of the seats and bent them over as if they were made of clay instead of steel wire.
Except for all the steel sounds that it made and all the crushing and the things exploding and all those sort of things, which would not be indicative of clay in any way. But other than that, yeah.
It was just like clay.
It was just like clay.
It was a car.
Clay doesn't bend.
Well, I mean...
Soft clay doesn't bend, it breaks apart, and hard clay shatters.
Soft clay doesn't bend? That's what you're saying? If I have a cylinder that's clay, I can bend that cylinder of clay.
Well...
It'd be kind of hard. It would all get smushy.
Yeah, it would still crack.
Look, let me settle this. Clay's like a car.
Okay.
He's got a point.
Clay Aiken?
Yep. Clay Aiken is like a car.
I want to fuck it.
I want to fuck both of those things. That's all similar.
Something else burst, and next to Melanie's foot, I started to smell fuel. The fuel tank was broken, and gas was flowing out. The steering wheel broke off and was pressed down together with the panel and the roof by the greatest foot mankind ever saw.
You're explaining this car breaking, and yet I cannot visualize it at all.
Yeah. You would actually be better if this entire paragraph was just the car broke.
Yeah, I've subbed in a more relatable and more funny image of the taxi from Roger Rabbit going I'm being crushed.
That's pretty good.
Stop it!
Or the pervy drawings from that car fucker episode getting crushed.
I've blocked those out, so I'm not summoning those up now.
It's okay. Well, I mean, maybe this will help you visualize it.
Okay.
It sounded like a cola can. Where you try to remove the dents as Melanie's foot forced the sides of the car to bend at the sides.
Yeah, that's good.
The metal creased sharply. Then there was a new scent in the air. I looked up and saw that Melanie's vagina was glistening moist, and her face showed an expression of horniness.
I've got another request for A Meat. I want her fetish episode.
It was obvious that she enjoyed the fact that she could crush a real car under her foot, Her nipples started to become hard. Her horny smile became even broader as the delicate ball of her foot finally set up on the hood and started to compress the car at the front.
Finally.
Every time a stanchion broke, and with every little bit of pressure she applied, her smile grew wider.
How long did this go on?
She was crushing this car for like 5 hours. She wasn't even a giant. She was just standing on she was just a normal-sized person smashing the top of the car.
Call in the military, but no rush.
With a big bang, the engine collapsed and the hood flattened even faster than the trunk did before. The front lights copied the reaction of the rear lights and burst out of their form, while under the front axis snapped with a bone-chilling crack. Again, the tires popped and were bent aside.
Why would the front axis cracking be the one bone-chilling thing? Oh, this car's being fucked all to hell, but the axis cracked? Oh no, scary.
Shit got real now!
Yeah.
Again, under a lot of crunching, crackling, moaning, and creaking noises, the wreck was compressed to a height of just a few centimeters.
Wow. Alright. Good job, Ladyfoot.
Again, a crackling noise, and the totally flattened wreck gave the pressure of the young and the beautiful giantess weight to the tarmac. The car started to sink into the ground. Finally, Melanie's toes spread out and signaled that the complete weight of the beautiful young giantess was now resting on this foot. The car under this wonderful and mighty foot was almost not visible anymore. If anybody else wants to finish it off, I've been reading for like 10 minutes.
I got this paragraph. I get this one, okay?
Yes.
She started to rub her crotch.
Yay!
Alright, next up.
Okay, I'll go.
Good job!
I guess I'll take the next one. Yeah. The smell of Melanie's gigantic pussy started to become stronger and stronger as she lifted her foot again.
Tidal wave!
Oh, I hate it.
Big chunks of tarmac were ripped out of the street by the sweaty soul of hers, and even the wreck was stuck there. It sounded like removing a tape band as the metallic pancake came off her soul and slammed with a deafening noise onto the ground.
Let the boys be boys!
I walked over to the crushed car. Even the lines of her foot were copied to the piece of scrap. What?
I don't know. I
Is
don't
her foot
know.
made of silly putty?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, good. As I touched it, I could feel the warmth and moisture on it. Even the smell was unmistakable. Whoa, said Melanie. That was a wicked feeling. I wonder if this one will feel as great under my butt.
I don't wonder that. I don't think that needs to be.
With these
Melanie
words,
has a way with words.
With these words, she walked towards another car, a Type 7 BMW in white. She went to her knees, lowered her house-sized behind slowly under the car, while rubbed her dripping pussy. Well, how do you like this?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I dislike it.
What?
I am an unfan.
How?
Thumbs down.
I don't know what that means.
But we described the car.
Yeah,
What more do you want?
I don't.
Butt
like...
in the car?
Maybe we should read the part about the car again.
Lemon,
Okay, that makes sense.
Lemon.
Yeah.
I realize you don't like it, but I know that Cricket does. What does Cricket say?
Sorry. That was very good, Turan. Very sensual. After the into, in the body part of the story, 2 thumbs up. Ah!
Stop copying my set, Lemon.
I like the part of the story that wasn't the introduction to it.
What part was the middle? I guess.
The butt.
So one of the things that Kumquat and Caroline have both found is there's a user that we haven't read named Kerrang and Crunch. And the only thing that Crunch posts is fan fiction about giantess Kate Beckinsdale. That is the only thing that is interesting to Crunch.
Yeah. Great.
Also feet.
Oh, of course.
So, other than that, what have we learned from any of this, F+?
Oh my.
That's a tough one.
No, oh God, no. Please, Kate Beckinsale, no. Please, baby, I'm begging you, please. And then he says, scream! And Kate Beckinsale, for her part, says, no matter how many times I hear you screaming so dreadfully, I just can't get enough of it. Ever. Back in my mouth you go, my yummy and crunchy little man.
Giggle, gaggle, laugh, 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 giggle, laugh, laugh, pause, laugh, laugh, giggle, gaggle, sigh.
You know, that's why Kate Beckinsale is such a success in Hollywood, is for her eloquence.
Well, I did actually learn something.
What's that?
And it's that even with a fetish as cartoonish as this one, there's a fetish like this that's cartoonish, but this is the first one in a while or ever where somebody's actually like, how do you do this in real life? Like, how do I recreate this with my partner? Like, most of the fetishes like this are just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna jerk off to this for the rest of my life, so give me stuff to jerk off to. But this one's like, hey, how do I recreate this in the bedroom? It's just like,
that was interesting because, like, you know, like when you deal with like the ones with like the balloon fetishists and the not the balloon, but the inflation fetishists and the vor and stuff like that, they're like, yeah, this doesn't exist, so whatever. And so, like, I liked both the like recreation of it as well as like the feeling of superiority.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you probably put your penis in a lady, you asshole.
Well, I think I also learned something else from that particular thing I learned, which was that I think the other weird cartoony fetishes don't do that because the answer is like, because we saw the answer here. It's like, hey, how do I recreate giantess stuff in my bedroom? And it's just like a moment of silence, and like, you don't.
I learned something about myself and with that, and it was specifically on that because I'm a person that likes to solve problems.
Okay.
And when I heard that, it was like, how do I do this? And there was just a bunch of responses. No, I was like, well, why don't you just like stick a like a fleshlight between her knees and fuck her like that.
That would be great.
And the thought came into my head, and I'm just like, should I say? No, I shouldn't say this out loud. But then it just stayed there.
Right.
Yeah, like why don't you just stand on a tall thing?
Well, Boots, I think you have a future as a weird ass fetish consultant. Like, how do I make this happen in real life?
Yeah. Like Boots is now the Winston Wolfe of making weird fetish.
Terrific. Yeah, absolutely. Call in the fetish fixer.
I would like to point out
the wolf of fuck feet.
I would like to point out I'm getting a little weirded out now because this is the second time in a row that I've searched for Harry Potter and no results.
Oh no!
The search engine here sucks. I searched for things on the page I was looking at and I come up with nothing. So.
However, when you find no results, they specify that their example is Blue Smurf. They're really into Smurfs.
That would make sense. That would make sense because like the Smurfs had like the Smurfs, which are small, and then they had Gargamel, which was huge.
Yeah. So they're really into Smurfs in general. So their example is like Blue Smurf will match less than Blue or Smurf. You know.
The surprising, the lack of Harry Potter stuff is actually very surprising to me because there is a giantess in that.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
There's
also like just giants. You know, like so obviously like a fetish about domination or whatever, but I still don't understand it, and everyone's particular fetish is completely disparate from each other, and they're fucking unyielding to anything else. Like,
there are a lot of threads with just straight up pictures of porn.
Yep.
With, pictures of dudes.
Yeah, inside of buttholes
inside of various orifices.
Yep.
And there are lots of people arguing about, like, no, I want the tiny man in the ear. And they're all kind of really angry about it.
Yeah. The website is always thefpl.us. And if you have a giant woman that you want to talk to you, what should you do about that, Boots?
Oh, you should go to Ball Pit.
And then do what?
And post in the giant women forum.
There was actually a thread recently on Ball Pit where people were writing about idiotic injuries that they've sustained. I was very happy to tell them a story about my idiotic injury, and also very happy to read about other people's idiotic injuries.
And I'm sorry about the image I posted.
So that's cool, and I'm guessing as long as Boots edits this pretty fast, you'll be able to go to F Plus Live still! That's F Plus Live, October 4th in Minneapolis. Come on down and buy some stickers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason to live. They got little hands, little eyes. They walk around telling great big lies. They got little noses, tiny little teeth. They wear platform shoes on their nasty little feet. Well, I don't want no short people. Don't want no short people. Don't want no short people around here.
Hey, John, is LegalZoom a law firm?
No!